Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer, and today I guess this is going to be a P-yow video. You don't know what that means. That's P-yow, P-Y-O-W, Premier Yarn of the Week. And the reason it's going to be that is because I have a red bag. I ordered this yarn. The reason I ordered this yarn is because Premier Yarns has been doing some marketing. I've been getting targeted ads from Instagram, specifically from Premier Yarns. And what's funny about that is, in the past, when Cinnamon Stitches had more time on her hands, I was able to go to Premier Yarns' website every single day and check if they had anything new, what's on sale, and I would let you guys know. And I haven't been able to do that in a very long time. And just because, like, chaos, life, busy, I got 8,000 irons in the fire, and you know how it goes. Anyway, so I got a targeted ad on Instagram, and I was like, what is that beautiful yarn, right? And then I was like, where's that yarn coming from? It's on the Premier Yarns website. I'm like, okay, let's go check it out. Now, the price tag on this yarn is going to kind of smack you in the face a little bit because it's $30 a hank. Okay, but I'm going to explain to you more about this yarn because I probably should have brought my glasses in here. I'm actually going to go to Premier Yarns' website currently because I need to plug my phone in. My phone is almost dead. My phone, when I was in Ocean City, Maryland, my phone cord decided it was going to stop working. So because of that, I never bought a new cord. And so I have one in here, but I don't charge it at night in upstairs anymore. All right, so hopefully they still have this yarn on the website, because it was in limited supply. Now what Premier Yarns has been doing lately is, okay, they have Malabrigo. There's the Koigu. All right, there it is. So what Premier Yarns has been doing lately is they are featuring non-Premier Yarns and non-Universal Yarns on their website. And so some of my favorite yarns in the entire world that are not Premier Yarns yarn already are popping up on Premier Yarns website. So I think this is me totally in my own fantasy world thinking that I'm more important than I am, okay? And I know that this is not reality. So I think they're watching Cinnamon Stitches and they're like, okay, so we know that she's got really good taste. So we're going to watch what yarns she's using that's not Premier Yarns, and we're going to feature those on our website because Cinnamon Stitches knows. I know that that is complete bullcrap, but in my own delusional world, I can believe that, right? So, like I said, on Premier Yarns' website, I'm trying to see if I have any close by. They featured, let me grab one. They started featuring, first of all, this is not new, Koigu, K-O-I-G-U, which is a Canadian small batch yarn dyer, okay? Koigu is not currently selling to the United States. Well, not directly. I have always bought either from Michigan Fine Yarns in Livonia, Michigan, or I've purchased Koigu directly from the Koigu website, which is in Canada. I think it's Chatham. I'm not positive on that. Don't hold me to that. And I'm sure all my Canadian friends will correct me. They started selling these pencil box kits, okay? These pencil box kits are 10 little, I think they're 25 gram skeins, and it's meant to be a fade project, okay? These are one of my favorite wools. They're not ultra slick and soft. There's a little texture to them, but I like the texture. I like the way it feels. I like the way the colors, and they're all hand painted. I like Koigu yarns. I have said since I discovered Koigu, and Koigu is on the cheaper side of some wools, and I say that because you can get a 50 gram hank, well, at the time when I discovered them, you get a 50 gram hank for $11. Now the 50 gram hanks I think are $15, but Koigu sometimes has them for $9 for a hank of wool. Great prices, right? This, I think, retails at most stores for like $70 or $80. Premier Yarns has it for $72. I'm fairly confident I paid $80 for this one. This is the Barbie World colorway. So they have this one, $72. You get 10 mini hanks. Mini hanks in the general world of things like 10 grams are usually like $5. So you're getting, I think these are 25 grams if I'm remembering correctly. And you're getting 10 of them for the grand total of $72 on Premier Yarns website, right? Love this. I have probably 8 boxes of these pencil things. A lot of them were gifted to me for holidays because for Christmas, the easiest thing, or my birthday, or Valentine's Day, or whatever, the easiest thing for me to tell my husband is like, go on Koigu's website. Koigu, he knows. And he knows what colors I like. He's really good with knowing what yarn I like, okay? Then, Premier Yarns was to have the Malabrigo out here. Because I bought Malabrigo from the, and I think I might have packed it. So they have Malabrigo, okay? Malabrigo is, once again, high-end wool. And it's, let me look at their website. They have Malabrigo sock yarn. They have Malabrigo worsted weight yarn, which is the Rios. And then they have Arroyo, which is also a fine. And those range from the worsted weight Malabrigo is $14.25, which is a really good price because a lot of local yarn shops, it's like 20 bucks or 22, sometimes 24. And then they have the ultimate sock yarn, which is $19.50, or the Arroyo, which is superwash merino wool fine weight for $17.50. And they come in all these amazing, like beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colors. Okay, they do. And I love Malabrigo. It's beautiful. It again has the hand-painted look to it. The colors are beautiful. Okay, well, what showed up in my ad was, and I'm probably saying this wrong, okay, is Manos del I always fumble when I get to Uruguay. Manos del Uruguay. Uruguay. Okay, here, that's what it looks like. I was like, that's new. Let's go check it out. These, all right, so the different ones are different prices, and I looked up the prices of these yarns on other websites, and Premier has them for cheaper. So they actually have new ones that I didn't see last time. They have the Alegria. This one is $32 for a hank. I will go into more detail of the yarn. It's 75% merino superwash, 25% polyamide. It's 445 yards, I believe, because that's really small. This is the color Mangler. Mangler. Do you see how beautiful these colors are? Don't worry, I'm going to show you closer up. So that's $32 a hank. That's pretty, I think when I looked that one up, that one retailed for like $40 on the internet. And then they have Sammy, which looks like it's solid colors. Then they have Fino, which is a super fine, which is $38. But then they have the Marla. This is Marla. This is 100% superwash merino wool. And it appears to be hand spun. I did not read the descriptions. I just saw it and I was like, that looks like hand spun yarn. I'm buying it. So this is $38 a hank. But you have to remember if this is hand spun. So you know what? Let's read the description on Premier's website, because there's also something on here that I'm going to read to you. Discover our collection of featured yarns from Manos del Uruguay. Marla is a unique DK weight yarn made by plying together 2 separate hand-dyed strands. So it is hand-plied, not necessarily hand-spun, which means they hand-dye it, the 2 really thin strands, and then they hand-spin it so that they twirl together. Creating a beautifully marled effect with even richer color rich color distribution. Each colorway features deep saturated tones that bring stunning texture to cardigans, pullovers, hats, cowls, and more. Spun from 100% superwash merino wool, Marla offers a soft textured hand that's both luxurious and easy to care for. Manos del Uruguay creates exquisite hand-dyed yarns while empowering rural women through sustainable work. Okay, so these are all marked with whoever dyed them or spun them, which I will talk about when I show you the labels. Ethical, beautiful, and socially impactful, this yarn tells a story with every stitch. Artisan hand-dyed yarns have natural color variations from skein to skein. Here are some tips when you're buying the yarn so that your pattern, like, you can't tell the difference from skein to skein. It says purchase enough yarn for your entire project so you don't have to come back and maybe get it. So this might be a colorway, but because this was hand-dyed by Maribel, maybe Erica did the next one and it's slightly different, or because it's from a different dye lot type situation. So they want you to alternate the skeins by knitting 2 rows, knitting 2 rows, knitting 2 rows. So 2 rows from this skein, 2 rows from this skein, 2 rows, 2 rows, like that. And it will help blend the color differences. I think if I were making a sweater, I would do that, but because a lot of the stuff that I make is very, I mean, you guys can tell. It's very, I don't care if the colors match. I don't care if I mix in stuff. I don't care if there's a line of demarcation, because the way that I create things and because of using crochet, it kind of doesn't matter. Or maybe I just don't care because I'm putting all these colors in one project together, you know? That's how I like to create. Now, if you are one of those people that like absolutely uniform, like even distribution, you don't like color pooling, you don't like, there's all these rules, right? If you're one of those people, then alternate every couple rows. All right. So this is the Marla that we're talking about. 100% superwash, 273 yards because it's a lightweight DK. Hand or machine wash. I would hand wash this. Lay flat to dry, and I would only do it in real cold water because the colors could bleed on each other. And that would be bad. And then it talks about gauge. So the labels are handwritten in for the person who is responsible for this yarn. It says where the yarn was made and who made it. And I think this says Dragon, I think. And these all 3 are made from Maribel. You'll have to correct me if that's Drazol. I don't know what that says. And I looked it up yesterday and I found a city that was similar, but it was spelled differently on the internet, so I don't know. So the tag says Marla. This is the hand spun. Look, isn't that not gorgeous? Now I'm going to tell you, I know some of you are going to be gobsmacked by the $38 price tag on these. Let me tell you from my experience, because I do dabble in hand dyeing, and I do have a spinning wheel back there, and I hand spin stuff, which is a little bit of buffalo still on there from months ago. The amount of work that it takes to create something that looks like this or this, it is worth every bit of the $38 price tag on there. And this, while it is wool, is buttery, buttery soft. There is not even a hint of a prickliness. Not even a hint. This is luxury, okay? If you're going to buy this, this is going to be something you're going to make an heirloom project out of, all right? Look at it that way. If you decide you have to have these yarns, you have to work with them. I really struggle with these type of yarns because I'm afraid if I use it, I will use it on the wrong project, or what should I make with it that I'm going to treasure forever, or I don't want to waste it and not have it in the future. And like, I have all of these insecurities about yarn, which is why I have so much of it. And my very, very favorites, it takes me a really long time to figure out what I want to make with that yarn specifically. But these 2, I knew I could not leave. I could not walk away without getting these. I wish I had money to buy more than one of, specifically this one. I would have probably bought 3 of these. This one is gorgeous too, but like these rich tones, I don't know what's going on with me. I'm like really into the rich tones right now, and I'm not a jewel tone girl. I am a pastel / neon girl, but this is just screaming at me. I need you. I need you. All right, back to the label. Okay, so the label says kind of what the website said. Manos del Uruguay is a not-for-profit organization created in 1968 to bring economical and social opportunities to Uruguayan rural women. We are organized in cooperatives throughout Uruguay's countryside where we spin and hand dye our yarns. So there's a bunch of women like us who love the craft, who love the art of yarn dyeing, yarn spinning, creating. And they are making money to support their family. Or sometimes, like, I don't know. Like, maybe they're earning a goat so that they can feed their family. I don't know. They're doing things to help themselves, help their families out. And to me, that is the most beautiful thing in the world. And, like, I'm glad to support that. It says there are no two identical skeins. Each one is unique. And this skein was made, and it says in whatever that word is, DRA is what I can see. And each label, it looks different. So it almost looks like a weird E and then an O with a apostrophe and then an N. But it could be a G. This one looks like a 6. So I'm not exactly sure what that is, but these are all made by Maribel. Okay, so Maribel, I know you can't see me, but like, fantastic job. Like, she does beautiful work. I'm really impressed with Maribel. All right, so this is the colorway Twilight. And I'm just going to give you guys a minute to admire that while I look at my phone. So tired of people contacting me because they want me to sell their product. I'm so tired of it. Is this not beautiful? So if you look, I can't tell if that's in focus or not. You see how it's the two hand-dyed yarns spun together to make this beautiful, unique colorway. And I have hand-spun yarns by local artisans or myself that are not this beautiful, and I paid more money for. I have a hank of yarn that I in storage because it was on this shelf system back here. It might even be up there, but I think it's in storage. And it was a bulky weight hand-spun yarn, and I think I paid $75 for it because it's a real big, hefty hank. So when you're thinking about, I can't afford $38, and I understand because tomorrow we're going to have thrift yarns because I can't either. No, right now I can't. I bought this a couple weeks ago and I was doing like when things were a little easier, you know. Tomorrow's going to be thrift and the day after that's going to be thrift. So just hold on, just admire the beauty, okay? Is that not the prettiest thing you've ever seen? And I can't wait to see what this is going to be worked up like. I'm thinking a knit hat with this because I just want to wear that. I want to wear that on my head. I just think it's going to be beautiful. And I know that I have way more than enough to make more than just a knit hat. But like a knit hat, I mean, not really, because it's only 272 yards, right? 273 yards. My vision is getting worse. I swear, I'm getting older. I'm going to open this up so we can see the full beauty of the hank. Fluff it up. Now I'm going to tell you when I opened the package, this yarn smelled bad. It smells like vinegar and wool, and there was a slight scent of fart in the bag. So it's like somebody flatulated in there. It was a little bit stinky. Once I got it out and aired it out away from the plastic, it didn't smell like that anymore. It smells kind of like there's a mild vinegar smell to it because that's probably what they use for their dye. But look at that. Look at all of the colors. Come on, air out. It's wanting to stick on itself a little bit, which is natural because it's wool. Let me comb it. And we'll comb it back this way. All right. Isn't that beautiful? Like the purples and the blues and the green. Look at that. That green right there is just like pops out. And I have no idea what this is going to work up like. I have no idea. But you can kind of imagine you're going to get like little stripy color bits. I wish my hair was this pretty. Look at that. I feel like a gypsy woman. I need to go get my crystal ball. Oh, my crystal ball's in storage. I do have a crystal ball. I used to use it for photography. Isn't this pretty? Alright. So now that we've covered this colorway, which is Twilight, there's this one, which is the color Flamingo, which is very typical for my aesthetic. I love pinks and yellows together, and so when I saw this, this is the one that drew me into the website. But when I saw this, I was like, I kind of need that because that is such a Cinnamon Stitches colorway. It is pink and yellow and orange, which yellow by itself is okay. I look really good in yellow. Like it complements my skin tone. I'm not a huge fan of orange, but pink is one of my favorite colors. If you put pink and yellow and orange together, it's like a magical sunset, and I just love the combination of those colors together. One of my memories on Facebook actually showed up yesterday, and I made I called it the Pink Lemonade Shawl. This is like 5-6 years ago. And it was so pretty the way the pinks and the yellows like blended together in the shawl. And so I was like, okay, that's my favorite color combination is pink and yellow. And then orange, it's like sherbet. And I know Mr. Cinnamon, I can hear him in the other room. It's sherbet. He hates when I say sherbet. God, I feel so pretty in this. So this is it. And there's a little bit of lilac in there, which I didn't notice till right this very second. But it's pinks and orange and yellow with a hint. I think that's purple. I think it's purple. It looks more purple on camera than it is in real life. Come on. There you go. That looks more pink on camera. Or it looks more purple than it looks to the eye. The naked eye is like pinky. So don't let that purpleness fool you, because it's not. Oh, is it? See, on the camera, it's really, really purple. It might be purple. I almost feel like I'm going blind. Like, I can see clearly on the camera, but like, if I put it right here, I'm like, yeah, that's blurry. So this is Flamingo. This is Twilight. And then this one, which is the Alegria, is the color Mangler, M-A-N-G-L-A-R. This one is, these are DK weight. This one is fine, super fine. This is 445 yards. And it's in the same type of colors as this one. This reminds me of Malabrigo a lot. So if you want something similar to this, but you don't want to pay the Manos del Uruguay price, go over to the Malabrigo on Premier Yarns website, and they have very similar colors to this. I know because I purchased it. So this is the color Manglar. And again, the tags all kind of say the same thing about machine wash or hand wash, dry flat, sustainability, rural women, all that good stuff. We're proud members of the World Fair Trade Organization. So this one. And I'm going to open this one up too, because I want you to see the beauty that is in this colorway. Alright, so if you line it up, you can see that it was painted this way. But if you want to make it extra pretty, you just give it a little twist like that, and it does it. It looks different. That's why they twist it like that. Isn't that beautiful? So you have this deep blood red, beautiful like aqua color, a purple that looks like it is breaking, so the color molecules break apart a little bit from blue and red, which is what that looked like, is what happened. A little bit of extra blue there. Back to the purple. This is so pretty. This is so pretty. And what's going to happen is the main part of the hat is going to be this real dark, rich color. And then you're going to get little micro stripes of the aqua and the red, like little micro lines. Specifically if you're knitting it. If you're crocheting it, you'll get like little pops of color. But if you're knitting it, like specifically like knitting in the round, you'll get little micro stripes. But if you're crocheting it, you'll get like little balls of color, like little flowers. And I know because I have yarn that does that. And it is very much similar to this, is you'll have the main body of the whatever it is will be this dark color, and then you have little pops of color. I just think this is so pretty. So that was my present to myself. I'm gonna twist this back up. I really like that Premier Yarns is, don't get me wrong, I love Premier Yarns. I have always loved Premier Yarns. Premier Yarns is the first yarn that I ever showed on this channel. Like, it's, and I'm also going to say this. Premier Yarns emailed me the other day, and this is why I'm so loyal to Premier Yarns, okay? They emailed me to let me know that they were sending me some more yarn, which will be out Friday, okay? So we'll do a video on Friday. And they said in the email that they first and foremost asked about Lucas. They sent well wishes for Lucas and for my whole family. And then they said that we're sending you yarn not because we want you to show it on that specific day. There's no pressure. We don't care if you wait till the end of the month to show this yarn, because we know that you need to take care of your family first, okay? And then they said, you are such an integral part of the yarn community that we didn't want you to be left out from this yarn launch, which will be Friday, right? And I already had this video. This yarn was already here. I already knew this was supposed to be up last week. Who does that in the corporate world? Just think about that, okay? You look at the corporate world as a whole, and you think about the way that a lot of these people do business, and you think about how greedy some of these, you know, corporate people are, like the CEOs and all that. The CEO of Premier Yarns has been amazing to me. His name is Hal. He has been fantastic. He has been really supportive of my ideas and really supportive of my channel, and like actually grateful for what I've done. And I still work with other yarn companies. I have worked with lots of other yarn companies. I have never gotten that kind of personal attention from anyone else. And let alone we're really like pulling for your family type situation. So when I show you something from Premier Yarns, I absolutely have a loyalty to them because of the way they have treated me and my family, and the way that I see them treating all of you guys in the yarn community. They're always like really willing to step up and help. I have seen and witnessed them help organizations and other podcasters. Like, I have witnessed it. So there is a huge heart behind Premier Yarns. But also, I'm going to go back to my false ego that I pretend that I'm super confident and that I'm super important, which is a falsity, okay? They started doing these yarns that I absolutely adore. And so I'm like, oh, maybe they're listening to Cinnamon Stitches, because like they started carrying Koigu. And I never heard the name Koigu on any of these videos until I mentioned it. I discovered it at Michigan Fine Yarns in Michigan. Okay. Then they started carrying Malabrigo, which I love Malabrigo. And now, the hand spun look, I mean, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm so happy that they're, don't get me wrong, they have amazing yarns on the Premier Yarns side. They're also Universal Yarns, in case you didn't know that. And Universal, unlike Premier Yarns, is more geared towards like little yarn shops. They're the higher end yarns. They're a lot of like wool blends, or like, you know, more expensive yarns. So seeing on Premier Yarns side of the website, they're carrying the high end stuff at a discounted rate. And I researched, these yarns are $8 to $10 to $15 more money on every other website that I found the Manos del Uruguay yarns. I researched that. So I'm really grateful that not only is Premier Yarns carrying these beautiful yarns, so I can keep shopping just with Premier Yarns, I also support lots of little shops and little vendors at the yarn festivals and all that stuff. But I really like what they're doing. I really love what they're doing. So I am going to link below the Malabrigo yarn, the Koigu yarn, and now the Manos del Uruguay yarn below. They are affiliate links. That means if you click and buy through that link, and if you click in that link and you buy anything on the Premier Yarns website, I get a little kickback because I showed you guys the yarn, and I'm, you know, it's like a little payment, like here, thank you for showing us, that kind of situation. I don't show these yarns for that purpose though. I show these yarns because A, I'm in love with them. And I have always given you 100% honest opinion on the channel. There are some yarns on Premier's website I'm not a big fan of, and I've straight up told you, like, this is not my favorite yarn. Or, I don't like this yarn because of it does this, or because it does that. But make up your own mind. Watch other channels to make up your mind. Don't just trust, because me and you might have different tastes, and that's okay. Go watch Creative Grandma. She has lots of stuff on there for Premier Yarns. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of us affiliates out there who work with Premier Yarns, who show and feature Premier Yarns. And so don't just trust Cinnamon Stitches. I mean, I am honest, but like, make up your own mind. With that being said, at least go look at the colorways because they're gorgeous. And here, we'll give you a real close-up look. They're super, super soft for wool. Like, ridiculously soft and squishy and like silky, and consider it's just 100% wool. You just feel this one's the softest, probably because this one's twisted, but they did stink when I opened them, so they did stink. And also, I keep promoting this, Premier Week is coming, and they're gonna have lots and lots of sales coming up in the month of November. So with that, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I will see you tomorrow for a thrift haul. Because I went to several thrift stores and we're going to talk all about thrifting. And it's fun. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.